And we are here. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming on into the room. Since we can't see y'all in person and y'all come on in the room, y'all know how y'all family like try to train y'all up that when you enter a room where people are already at, y'all speak first. You say, hey, how you doing? Go ahead and enter the room and hit that like button. That's your way of just saying hey to us so that we know. Okay, just come on in the room and just hit that, just dab. Okay, let us know that you are here by hitting that like button. How are you ladies doing?
Great.
Y'all doing good? I'm doing
Make
good.
sure I'm not muted.
Right. This was a good way to start out, coming out of a long weekend. It's good to come back to this.
Yes.
For sure. Absolutely. We're going to have a good time tonight. Y'all, I ain't even get my water. I've been over here ripping and running and stuff. Y'all know I'm good for some water. Okay? If I ain't got no wine, I got water. Okay?
I got some water today. I didn't get no wine or no liquor because it's a Tuesday. I didn't want to be drunk on a Tuesday.
Right. Going up
on a Tuesday.
Y'all know Niecy gonna have the wine for us, okay? All right, so everybody is here. And we also have a special guest, okay, that we are about to bring on. I know everybody is excited. We have Anila, okay, of Married to Medicine. So everybody go ahead and welcome Anila into the room, honey. Hey, girl.
I love it. What's going on?
Everything's going great. How are you?
I am good. I'm
Awesome.
good.
She looks fabulous. Okay,
right?
Hair. Cleavage.
It's the hair.
Good really backdrop.
In my closet.
Okay,
closet.
She looks great.
We love a good closet.
I have to give it to
really
you.
nice lighting.
That makeup came through. They did a good job. They did. Okay, y'all. So listen, Anila, what we like to do before we go into our interviews, we like to, play a few games. So we are going to play one game, which is called One Gotta Go. The next one's going to be This or That. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into the game. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, Anila, listen, with One Gotta Go, you have to choose which person you would rather leave the show and you not have to film with them coming up the next week.
Oh my God.
Terry Wells, Toya Bush Harris, and Lisa Nicole.
That's an easy one. Lisa Nicole. Bye, girl. Bye.
Do elaborate. Is it because of the money she owed from the blogging?
It was like I was really trying to like her. Like the reason why I'm not saying Toya is because her and I actually had a friendship prior to filming, and it was a fun friendship. So with Lisa, I felt like she was just really reaching. She was trying really hard. She wasn't really trying to build a friend. She was like in it for herself type of thing. That's the kind of attitude she had. And then when the whole blogging thing happened, she was trying to put it on as if Bravo was trying to like get my blogging game on. No, Bravo doesn't care about what I do. Okay, they care about Bravo. And for her to say, oh, she's not even a blogger, she's not a good blogger. Girl, my followers that I have, majority of them, they came from blogging, not from being on TV. Okay, they all follow me because of watching. They want to see what I blog.
And I've looked. It's very nice. I've definitely looked at your Instagram. It's very beautiful pictures.
Thank you.
Consistent. Like yes, no.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
blogging.
there's a lot to blogging. You do have to be consistent. You have to interact with you have to engage with your comments, your followers, your audience. You have to keep it going. It's not just, posting. Obviously that's key, but there's a lot more to it, And so for her to, act like, okay, what I did was just nothing and she doesn't owe me. Like, no, that it doesn't look like that.
She found a whole tweet. Like she had a whole little tweet. Like, oh, the producers were the one who set that up. The producers.
You want to get into that
now?
No, that was a question for later. So I guess we can just go into it right now.
We're just gonna hop right on in it.
When I saw her posts, I felt like, why would the producers want to create that? Even if the producers asked her to have you come there, she still asked you to model her clothes.
Right, and we talked about it. We talked about the pricing. I didn't just give my prices to you for no reason. You know, I charge for stories. And I remember talking to her about it.
It was on camera. We all heard it.
Yes, it was on camera and off camera. We talked about it. So why would the producers even care to be like, oh, we want to show off Anila's blogging or push it to become something? Do you think Bravo cares about that? They're just doing they don't care about what I do and blog, then they would care about her collection, right? You know, like, no, they're not trying to do that. So
I didn't even care if you
that was hilarious.
And at least you checked that box.
So no, they're not trying to care about what we do. You know, that they don't care about that. So that was just so ridiculous for her to say some dumb shit like that. So yeah, she could go.
I would agree. Like, I would be I'm gonna release Nicole too. I just didn't really like how she came for heavily this season.
She's just bad business.
Weight and stuff. So and every time she comes on the show, I've said this in my reviews, I think that Lisa should not return because every time she comes on, they talk about how bad her business is. And
she was on the news
for business.
Yeah, I mean, she was on the news, girl. Like, go. You are bad business.
What are your thoughts, ladies? Are there any of these ladies you would rather not see if you can choose only one to go? Who would you rather see go?
I think because Lisa Nicole isn't even a cast member, she don't count. Kari is not a cast member, she don't count. I would say Toya, only because I feel like Toya doesn't give enough of what she's doing to like be interesting. I feel like she brings drama when she feels as if someone isn't being how she wants them to be with her. So for me, Toya doesn't give enough to come back next season. So I would say Toya.
She doesn't own it. She doesn't own things that she does wrong. Like, it could be a simple sorry. Own the things that you do wrong. You do wrong. Just wrong. Just own. But she just doesn't want to do that.
I agree.
Niecy, Bondi?
Yeah, I have to agree with y'all. I feel like it's easiest for me to say Toya because similar to, you know, how Phaedra was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she didn't own up to anything she did, and then it got to the point to where she just shut down because she didn't want to sit in her shit. I feel like that's the point that we're seeing Toya get to. She's starting to shut down at events and leave. So for that reason, I think it's easy just to say Toya.
I'm gonna say Kari. I want to say Kari can go. And even though like I liked her for the moment when she was like, you know, I'm just gonna pay the bill and we can go, but I also feel like she enjoyed being the one to do that in that moment. And I also just sometimes, you know, it just never goes over well when it is a cast of women of color and then there's that one white girl and there's always a misunderstanding. There's always something said that's just out of pocket that everybody is just like, well, here we go with the white lady shit. So, you know, I just kind of feel like Kari can go for that reason because Lisa Nicole is annoying, but she was drama. Toya, kind of like Eugene. Just be honest about it. Like,
I do like Eugene. I do.
Fact. Agreed.
I do like Eugene. He's a good guy.
Okay. So that's all we have for One Gotta Go. We're going to go ahead and move into this or that. Really light, okay? When it comes to coffee, which one do you guys prefer? This or that? Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts? What do you have, Anila?
Starbucks. Grande soy chai latte, no room, extra hot.
Period. Grande
Period.
Frappuccino with no whipped cream. Let me get that with almond milk and extra drizzle. Okay, what's your
That soy sets off the chai lattes.
Listen, I can't do the soy because it's a little salty to me. So I'm an almond milk girl myself. As I drink coffee right now, I'm going to go ahead into Starbucks. I feel like Dunkin' Donuts is for baby coffee drinkers. Like y'all, that's for the ones that's not really ready to graduate to this level of like mixing your own coffee and telling them what you want and with syrup and all of that. Child, I have my chai broken down to the number of pumps. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, I get my chai with 2 extra pumps of chai, which means 8. And 2 extra pumps of the classic syrup.
Okay, Chai.
Come on now.
I love it.
You know, and I also love a cold caramel macchiato, and that's the only thing I order that I don't have to do anything to, except for almond milk, of course.
Oh, I haven't.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah.
Cold caramel macchiato.
I haven't had. Well, actually, I pretty much order that exact same thing, but I don't call it a macchiato. I break it all the way down. So yeah.
What do you order, Nisi?
So I get an iced Americano, and I have them add a little bit of drizzled caramel and a pump of sugar-free vanilla. Okay. With a little bit of water. So it's like straight espresso.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Sounds real good.
And I'll make that soy chai dirty sometimes for that extra shot of espresso.
Yes.
It's good.
Unfortunately, Jay Lee dropped off, but I'm sure she'll be back to join us. Let's go ahead and move on to the next this or that, okay? When it comes to family cars, Anila, which one are you rocking as a family car? The Mercedes GLE or the Audi Q7?
Definitely probably the Mercedes GLE. And probably because I've owned a Mercedes before. That was one of my first cars when we got married. And I like the way it drives. It's very smooth. And before I got my Porsche, we were going to get the Mercedes, but I went for that, the Cayenne.
Yeah, I see. I have an Audi Q5 now, but I like the big build of the Mercedes GLE. So if I had to choose, I would definitely go with that too. That Mercedes GLE. What you got, Nisi?
I was gonna say the Mercedes. I love how big it is. It's cute, but it feels like a rock. Like it's just very cute, but it still feels big. That's what I like about it. I love the GLE.
What about you, Bondi?
Oh, okay. So I'm a Mercedes girl, but y'all know I really want a G-Wagon. That's like my ultimate dream.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Jeep girl. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna go with Mercedes, even though my mom has this Audi in black and it's super cute and it drives really, really nice. And she's like blinged it out like an old lady, and I love it. But I'm gonna have to go with the Mercedes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We all are some Mercedes girls.
Yeah, aren't we?
I'm about to switch it up. All right, the next one I have for this or that is going to be Fendi or Gucci. Who you got, Anila? I know.
Gucci all the way. I'm a Gucci girl. I love Gucci.
I see. I would have to say Fendi. It's something about it. Like, I mean, I like it. It's kind of simple. Versus Gucci, I feel like they gotta have a print on every single thing. But
they do, but I like it.
Fendi, I can do Fendi. What you got, Nisi?
I was definitely gonna say Fendi. Now I feel like some people really wore Gucci to the ground. Anytime I see that the red and green, I immediately think about that Soulja Boy headband. So I'm definitely gonna go Fendi. They're starting to wear Fendi to the ground, but not the way that they did Gucci. So I'll say
that's true.
I'm sorry, but Gucci, I'm not a fan of gaudy prints except for on Louis Vuitton, to tell you the truth. So I don't really like Gucci at all, and I would definitely go with Fendi, and I would prefer that red Fendi bag to Gucci, even though like I get it, but yeah, no, for me.
Who you got, Jay Lee? Gucci or Fendi? We can't hear you, Jay Lee.
Is she?
Because y'all know I'm muted. Y'all know I always mute myself. I would prefer Fendi. I think Fendi has a cleaner look. I think Gucci with the prints is too much for me, so I would prefer Fendi.
Damn, I'm the only Gucci.
It's okay.
Shit.
It's nice though.
Fendi, though.
I don't think you know how much black people wear Gucci. So I think we've had it up to here.
Gucci slippers.
Everything's Gucci. Yeah, you're right. Everything. I mean, me too.
Okay, this last one. So, Anila, if you had to Airbnb this home for an entire week, the individuals that live in this home are not there, but they're going to allow you to Airbnb it out for a week. Whose house is you choosing? Heavenly's or Toya's?
Oh God. Okay.
That's
I'm gonna
messy.
have to say that is very messy. So damn messy. Can I like not answer this?
No, you have to. You have to.
In the
Okay.
fictional
Honestly,
world, it's fictional.
I'm gonna be honest though. I actually have not been like fully inside Heavenly's home. I've been in her back, like in her basement and the pool area, which is beautiful. And I've been in her basketball court, but I haven't been fully inside. So with that said, I know how Toya's house looks. I've been all through it. We have the same builder, so I'm gonna have to go with Toya.
Okay.
It's familiar. It makes sense.
It's more modern.
Absolutely. I would go with Toya's too because it is more modern. It's beautiful. I love the inside. But I feel like with Heavenly doesn't have a bad home at all. But I feel like Heavenly's gonna be watching me. I feel like if I go in the kitchen, she gonna be having like some type of speaker from where she at telling me, you can't do this. No, get from over there.
She'll have these like nanny cams everywhere, looking at what you're doing. What's she doing? What's she doing with that?
And I also feel like
don't go up there. That's all I'm hearing.
It's too lived in. I want to Airbnb somewhere newer. Okay. If we buy in a house that's different, but if we Airbnb in, I really want it to be all new and
new
fresh.
home.
Yes.
Exactly.
I agree.
So you got
whenever
Bonnie. Yeah. What you got, Niecy?
I agree with y'all. I feel like that was easy. That was an easy choice. I was wondering what Anila was going to say. I was like, what is she going to choose? Let's see.
Who you got, Jamie?
I mean, that's just how I am, though. I just want the newer. Whenever we do an Airbnb thing, we always go for the newer, modern looking home.
Right.
Absolutely.
Child, we done lost Jaylee again. Help us, Jesus.
I don't want her to be great today. I don't understand. I feel like at the end, we're probably going to circle back and let Jaylee answer these questions since she popped off. So y'all remind me. Okay, but we're going to go ahead and switch over to the interview. But actually, before we do that, guys, and as we give a little time for Jaylee to come back into the room as we miss her, I need you guys to go ahead and like this video. Okay.
You better like. You better like.
Like.
You better like. You better like this video. Thank you. We appreciate it.
So much.
I love that.
Guys. Okay, here we go. We have Jaylee back. I want to be fair.
She's back.
I don't know why it keeps popping out. It keeps knocking me out of the stream yard.
Somebody hating. It's
the disrespect.
Quick thing. Who did you choose for Heavenly's or Toya's?
I said I would choose Heavenly Hall because Heavenly got furniture. I feel like Toya don't have that much furniture, so I want to. We need places to sit down. We need places to chill. Like where I'm asleep. Like Toya house is a lot of space. Tables. Yeah, so I need to put my water down. I need a table.
I come down here.
So I feel like Toya said waiting for her furniture to come in stock. So I mean, I would pick Heavenly for that reason.
No, it's a part of the U-Haul collection.
The U-Haul collection.
That was hilarious.
It's still in the truck.
Okay. I am tickled. Let's go ahead and get into this interview. As I do have a question, Anila. I was on your social media, and you posted something, and I wanted to ask you about it. I thought it was interesting to hear you say that you haven't been in Heavenly's home. So this is a photo that you put on your page where you said, "Beep beep, is that my bestie and a Tessie?" Happy Friday, y'all. So are you saying that Heavenly is your bestie?
We're good. We're very good friends. We probably talk 3 to 4 times a week, almost every other day. So we're not. I don't know if we're best friends because best friends is a strong word, but we're very good friends. Like we meet up, we'll do lunch, we'll go to the spa, like we'll do dinners. Like 4th of July Friday, we all went out. Heavenly and I probably talked to her the most out of all the ladies. Her and Quad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All
But
right.
I was just, it's the song. I like the song. It just went with the picture,
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it seems
We're
like
very-
Heavenly is slowly moving into that bestie phase. I don't know how Toya is gonna like that next season, but we'll have to wait and see. So,
Well,
quick question for you: how were you approached to be a part of this show?
okay, so definitely, Toya, probably told the producers about me, and then they saw me on Instagram. They approached me, contacted me, and then I took, we interviewed several times, and then I took over, So there's always an introduction that was led by Toya, and then from there I did several interviews and stuff, and then it just happened. But obviously me and Toya were really good friends at that time. We were hanging out a lot, and I think she thought we were good for the show.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So my question is, it was the very first season, and the first season of any reality show is tough. But I feel like you did really, really well, because Bravo is known for one hit quitters. They bring you in and then they bring you right back out. So I would love to hear, like, what was your experience like for this first season, and how did you feel about the cast as a whole for the first season?
So I would say that in the beginning, it was obviously a little tough, right? Because these girls, they've known each other for 8 years now. They've been together for 8 years. So coming in and learning about their history and their friendships was tough coming in as a newbie, like just kind of understanding Jackie and Simone, and, how Contessa and Toya fell out, and me trying to jump in and fixing friendships and stuff like that. And so it was definitely tough. Heavenly came in, and she definitely was trying to haze me a little bit in the beginning, trying to be a little bit of a bully, but I was like, okay, slow down. I got you. But and then I think I'm also a very bubbly person, and I feel like I can jump into any group of ladies and fit right in. Like, I have that personality that's I'm very social. I love to get to know people. And I think the energy that I gave to the group, I think they took it and they loved it. And we all got along well, I think it just took them some time to really understand me and figure me out, which everyone does that, with any newbie coming into a group. So.
Your introduction wasn't bumpy at all. You had a pretty nice introduction. At the beginning, I was like, how's this gonna go? But you definitely wrote it out, and you got in where you fit in the group.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it was a little tough with Toya really trying to kind of control me in a way, and that's it was just weird, because I think she wanted me to be her, and I had to be like, okay, look, Toya, that I'm not you. I'm Anila, and this is who I am. This is my personality. Let me be me. You can't just come and berate me after every little episode or every filming thing that we had and say, oh, you did this wrong, or you should, I think once I got under that rock, I was able to be me, let my hair down, and have fun with the girls. And that's what I needed. So I think in the beginning, it was a little tough because of that, because she was holding me back a little.
So she was actually pulling you to the side and having conversations with you about what you shouldn't and shouldn't be doing on camera?
Yeah, I mean, she would just be like, oh, why did you do this? Or why didn't you say, a little bit like that, So y'all didn't even see a lot of it. A lot of it was after. And I'm like, I remember one time I was crying because she was really she was talking down to me like she always does. And I think that's when I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this. This is too much. You're my friend, and I was trying to be Team Toya and be your girl, but at some point, you're just not going to take it.
Right. You're an adult.
Yeah, I'm not your kid. I'm
child.
not your lapdog. Right. You can't talk to me like that. And I think maybe she wanted me to, or be her little sidekick or whatever, but no, that's not, you got the wrong girl.
So. Is it on Niecy?
Oh, okay. So can you tell us, one thing that I thought was really funny during the season is whenever you said that brown peas or brown guys are packing too. I thought that was so funny. And it seems like you're so in love with your husband. So can you tell us how y'all first met? Was it love at first sight? And kind of go into detail there. Was it good to see about you and your husband?
Right. So him and I, like, first of all, I was on lots of dating sites. I moved to New York City to like meet someone, like literally, because I was like in Atlanta. I was in a bad relationship for a while. And then I was like, you know what? I need to move out of Atlanta and just like go to a big city, go into the fashion world, because, you know, that's what I do. And hopefully I'll meet someone. But then I wasn't, because in New York City, those guys are all players. They're literally, it's like a candy store for them. They date you, then the next weekend they're meeting another girl, then another girl. It's like insane. So that didn't work. But then my sister's best friend went to a wedding in New Orleans, saw him there. He was giving a speech. He mentioned he was a bachelor. She contacted him through Facebook and was like, I got a girl for you. And this girl was married. She had kids and stuff. And she just thought of me somehow. And so he was like, yeah, I'm still single. Like, I'll meet her. And she sent my picture. He called me. I didn't pick up because I'm not picking up any kind of calls that I don't, know the numbers of. So then they're calling me. They're like, pick up the phone. This guy's trying to call you. So anyways, we talked on the phone. We talked like the entire night. I think I like canceled my plans that night. And then from then on, the rest was history. I mean, we talked every day for a whole month. We talked. He finally came to visit me in New York City and we just started dating. I mean, that was it. So it was great. You know, we were doing long distance for about a year. And then I moved from New York City to Columbus, Ohio. That's how much I liked him, because that's a big change.
Wow.
I left my dream job and quit working and everything and moved to Columbus, Ohio. And then I was like, okay, I got to get out of here because it is too cold up here. And then we moved back down to Atlanta.
That's so cute and regular.
Yeah.
That's so cute and regular. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was.
Oh, go ahead.
Go. No, I mean, it was great. I mean, and it was awesome that we got to move back down to Atlanta, and he loved being down here. So it turned out good.
So we did see like your mom and your dad and the kids and Kiran. Did you feel like at all your family was not portrayed enough on the show, or something may have been left out that you wish was on the show this season?
Well, there was a lot of things that we did film with my family that didn't show. So there were some things that I was happy that didn't get shown because, when we took my mom for the tour of our house, things got even more heated during that time, but they cut that out, and I'm actually kind of glad. But my mom and Kiran kind of got into it, and it was it got kind of bad, and I was like, oh God, I hope they don't show this. But yeah, I mean, my mom is a tough person to deal with. She's not easy. She has no filter, zero. So she'll say how she feels, and Kiran can get hot tempered too, when he's like, don't talk about my home that I'm paying for, so they kind of went in on it, and I was in the middle trying to, separate it. It's hard sometimes because she's my mom, he's my husband, and there's always that kind of drama in our house. So.
Do you think the show didn't is there anything about Kiran that you want to say that we didn't know? Because we didn't really see him as much. So is there something that would surprise us about kind of who he is at home?
With Kiran, he's very OCD. Did they show that? I don't know if they showed that enough.
I mean, yes, a little bit, because when your mom was had the food and stuff on the counter, he was like, are y'all gonna clean this up?
Yeah. Oh my God. He was like, what is all this? But that's every time my mom comes. She's like the opposite of him. She'll come and just take over our home. And he's like, wait a minute. So, but I think they did show a little bit of that. I mean, they didn't show enough of his humor. He is a funny guy. And I feel like there were so many parts in our green screen that were just so damn funny, but they just didn't show enough of that.
You
know, like
posted
just his
one
comments.
of him. Yeah, you posted one of you and him earlier today. I was like, I'm like, he seems funny, but we didn't see that because
very
it was
funny.
cut out.
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
like I
Yeah.
definitely kind of caught that dry humor thing that he has going on, and I was like, oh, okay, he's cool.
Yeah, he's very witty. He's got those comebacks. He's better than me with that shit, but he's real good. He'll just snap right back, and he'll be funny and witty, and yeah. And they didn't show enough of that. I wish they did, because he definitely has that.
In terms of your home, you guys got this brand new home. You went over budget. It's like what, $3 million. They kind of, talked about your finances. It came off as though you weren't good with finances. Now that you guys are in the home, where would you say you are with that, as far as being organized and responsible financially?
Oh my God, I feel like I'm doing a great job. I mean, I'm not spending crazy now. We got our house together. We're going to get it fully furnished, unlike some people, by the end of August. So we're just getting it all done. I just want it to be all done and finished. And we're not going crazy, with our budget. We're trying to be reasonable with stuff. So I'm definitely looking at our expenses and making sure we're not going overboard. So we're taking things slow, but we do want to get things done and furnished and good to go. So we don't have empty rooms like some people.
Right.
Okay.
How
Well,
is
listen.
business? Oh,
Go ahead.
just real quick. I wanted to know how business is going for your husband now that Atlanta has lifted a lot of their restrictions.
Oh, he's great. He's super busy. Very, very busy. So honestly, I would say probably like maybe even 6 months ago or even a year ago, these earplugs keep falling out of my damn ear. He was good. So as soon as things got lifted, or even before that, he was able to go back and do his elective surgery. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we're talking about the family situation, I want to take it back to your daughter, because I remember one episode, she was talking about how she felt about being a brown girl, and a lot of us can understand that, and that made a lot of us, it's triggering,
Yeah.
So I love the way, you talk to her about it, but I wanted to know, like, what else are you guys like doing to help her deal with that feeling?
Yeah, so I remind her all the time, like every day almost. I remind her how beautiful she is. And I think she's actually getting better with it. I think there was this, when she started talking about it, it was that age where she started seeing the difference in color and not like knowing about it. And maybe people in school, but I also think it was like the Disney characters. Like she was really into Frozen, right? So Elsa was someone that she just like loved. And she didn't understand why she had that blonde hair. She would be like, Mom, can you paint my hair blonde? And I'm like, no, your hair is beautiful. Like you are beautiful. I want light skin, Mom. I want white skin and blonde hair. And it just bothered me so much, because here we are in 2021, when I remember going through that when I was little, and for her to still, like, we're in 2021 and she's saying these things to me. But actually someone sent me a book. So I read that to her, and it's about color and stuff, and how you're just beautiful the way you are, what God gave you. You are beautiful. And so, but we talk to her about it all the time. And I think now she's much better than how she was a few years ago.
That's amazing.
It is. I was just going to ask, do y'all have the doll? Because in my house, like, and in my family, period, you always had to get the doll that looks like you first before you got any other doll. Yeah.
Actually, that Christmas, I remember going to Target and I got all the colored dolls, like the Barbie dolls, all the dark skinned dolls that were out there, got them all for her, so that she would just see dolls that are her color,
Right.
And that's what she needed to see. And I think I'm glad that, like, with Disney, like, they have Moana, that has the tan skin, and there's some other ones, but I think at the time Elsa was really big. Frozen was like a big hit, you know. So it's like you see that first, and that's what you want to be. You know, you want to be that princess. Yeah. So hopefully things keep changing with the Disney princesses. You know,
I was just about to say, I hope they continue to do more of that because you know it's kind of saturated. Just
it is. It is. Yeah. It is. So, but it's good that I remind her a lot of it.
I'm glad that you felt comfortable talking about that. I remember when that movie first came out, I saw so many girls walking around with like the jet black hair and the blonde Frozen ponytail, and I'd be like, oh, baby. Like, it's cute, but as long as your parents are having those conversations with you, then I think that they'll lead you down the right road.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
My question for you has to do with Toya. So how did you and Toya initially become close friends? Was it just tennis, or how was the whole introduction to you and Toya?
So we had the same builder. So basically her house was under construction. Our builder, we were just starting to build. So it was just like they were breaking down the trees and stuff. And he was like, okay, well, let me show you a home that I'm building just so you can see kind of like how it looks. And we walked over there, she's only like 4 houses down. We walked over there and she happened to be there. And so we just met, we hit it off. We realized we're both Aries. So we're like, oh, we're similar. We both have small kids, you know? And so we just started talking and it was just like, we've known each other forever, you know? So we hit it off really well. And then our husbands got along really well. So I remember she invited me to her birthday. I invited her to my 40th. She came to it. We just started, after that, like, we just started hanging out. And then it was also nice that she knew a lot of people. She started getting to know a lot of people in the neighborhood. So she was introducing me to a lot of them. Then I got onto her tennis team. She made me join it. And we would all hang out. Like the tennis team became kind of like friends, you know, like we all started just hanging out together. So that's kind of how it all started. And it was great in the beginning.
Have you gotten better at tennis?
You know what? I took a break from it because I was like, it's wintertime. I ain't playing tennis in the winter.
Right.
And then recently I started back because now that I'm in the neighborhood, it's much easier to get to the tennis courts. So I started practicing tomorrow, got practice at 3:00. So every Wednesday I'm just practicing right now. And then we will be starting a team soon. Not her team, a different team.
So currently, or at least as far up to the reunion as we've seen, what is the status of you and Toya's friendship now? Without giving away too much, but like, what do you feel like y'all are? How are y'all current?
It's really weird because I did think in New York, you know, at the reunion we hugged it out. I really thought we did, and I thought, you know, even after we hugged it out, we sat backstage and we were sitting and talking like normal again. And then when we get back on Twitter, she tries to put up a stupid message that she had between her and not even the hair doc. Okay. It was like her makeup artist. So she was lying about that. Like the message that, I don't know if y'all saw that on Twitter, but it was like a text message that she put up, and it wasn't even between the DC hairstylist. It was between her makeup artist. And I was like, and then my phone number was on there. Okay. So that pissed me off. She put my phone number out on Twitter. She didn't even realize that. I'm like, what is going on? Are you dumb or stupid? Like, what the fuck?
Both.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I remember sending her a text. I sent her a text. I was like, take that fucking message down. My number's on there. She's like, oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I was like, dude, whatever. So she probably took it down, whatever. But then she put up another message. But the thing is, it's like she won't let it go. Like, let it go. We moved past that. I have my damn receipts. I paid for my hair and makeup. What's the problem? Like, why are you reaching out? Mm-hmm. You thought I was making a storyline out of it. You're the one that put me on blast. When a real friend would have took me to the side and said, hey, you know, he just wants his payment. Right? But no, she had to put me on blast in front of these ladies that I'm just getting to know. A friend doesn't do that.
See, what I liked about you is that you didn't just allow her to do that because she was your gateway onto the show. You were able to separate yourself and I feel like that's really what I know. A lot of people have a difficult first season, but what made you stand out was the fact that you stood on your own, regardless of who you were friends with before you came on. So
Yes.
Right.
I agree. Like seeing you reach out to the other girls and stuff like that to form relationships with them on your own. I was like, yeah, she's going to be here, because normally people just kind of stick to their friend. And I think Toya wanted that. I think she wanted you to be on her team. And, you know, like you said, she wanted you to be her sidekick. And when you decided to be, you know, grown ass woman and all of this, she got upset.
Yeah, well, I mean, and then what put the icing on the cake was then hearing her say a bunch of shit about me to these neighbors that I haven't even moved into the damn neighborhood yet. And here you are talking about me. And I'm hearing it from several people. And she's going to be like, oh, well, those are lies. They're lying. Are you going to really believe them? Well, how many people is it going to take for them to lie for me to really figure out who's telling the truth? You know, like how many lies am I going to hear? So it was all bullshit. I know what she was saying. She talks a lot. She talks too much. And the shit got around to me. So that plus the way she was treating me, it was like, I'm like, what's going on? Who are you?
Right. Would you say that she's probably jealous of you in any way?
You know, for a slight second, I'm like, is she moving because she wants to one up me now? Like she wants to have that bigger home? She wants to, you know, or is she having financial issues? I don't know what it is.
I think
it could go either way.
It could go either way.
Jaylee.
Okay.
I've had a friend like that, so yeah.
Listen, I'm taken aback because really I want to know, like, is there tea floating around the neighborhood about her in her house though? Because since she liked to spread tea amongst the neighborhood, I'm wondering, like, is there tea about her in her home in the neighborhood?
I mean, I hear she owes the builder money still that built her home. I hear, okay, so I already know the locker, club wine locker that she had, she didn't pay it. We got that locker now. We got kicked out of the damn. There's just so much stuff. I mean, I can go on and on. I don't know if I should spill all the tea.
You can. You can.
You can say whatever you feel like you want to say.
The table is open for you.
This is your chance to give out your information on what you have, and you know that's on you.
Please.
No, but what I will say is there's definitely, like, she definitely does owe the builder money. So I do know that. And the clubhouse, you didn't pay for your wine cellar, girl. So I got that shit now. What yours is mine now.
Let me buy it off you.
I think a lot of people felt like Toya had so many money issues before, so it was weird seeing her trying to talk to you about the makeup.
She's not that person, and it's makeup. Like, I'm not hurting to pay a makeup artist, okay? And let me just give you the background to that. So he did my makeup, I think Wednesday and Thursday, and then I think Friday he was maybe asking for payment. I had an issue with my hair. So that's why things got a little delayed, because literally when he did my hair on Friday, it dropped within 10 minutes of my hair. Like it, and I have pictures to prove it. And I have text messages to prove the conversation that we were having about that. I was like, listen, I liked my hair on Wednesday, but on Thursday or Friday, I can't remember what day, my hair dropped completely. So yeah, can you give me a break on it? You know, yeah, I was asking him because I get my hair done all the time here in Atlanta. My hairstylist here keeps my hair in check for the whole day and night. So you know what I mean? And so it's perfect. So that's why I was like, what's going on? Like, it literally looked terrible. And I have pictures to prove it. And I have the text where we had. So that's why the payment got a little delayed. And then I paid. Like, I don't have a problem with that. But why are you, Toya, reaching out to me about that? Because you have your own money issues.
So, Anila, did you get to say all that at the reunion and it was just edited out? Because at the reunion, it seems like y'all moved past it really quickly.
There was so much back and forth that they completely edited out. There was a lot. And then it just got to us like making up. But we were going back and forth for a while there. I mean, it was getting loud. I think they just couldn't hear us because we were talking over each other. I mean, I was like, you just wanted me to be your lapdog. And guess what? This lapdog does not bites. Okay. This is not just a regular lapdog that you thought you had.
Okay.
We're gonna work on you next season.
Do you feel like Andy believed your receipts? Because there was a moment when he got up to like look at the receipts and he was like, okay, well, that doesn't prove anything. And I was just kind of like, so what's going on here with the receipts?
No, he was like asking Toya, like, why do you have a problem? No, he looked at my receipts, he looked at the dates, and he's like, she paid. What are you showing? Like, what are you talking about? And why are you so worried about it? Like, why are you so worried about if I paid, so what's your problem now?
Like that, why does it matter if he had to wait a few hours for us to like deal with the fact that I wasn't happy with all of his work? Like I'm trying to get 20% off. What is the problem? Okay, you over there paying people. Why are you mad at me?
You're not paying the roof over your head, okay? So you owe money for your damn house. So what are you talking about? Go pay the clubhouse, the amenities. Go pay that. Worry about that.
She ain't paying the amenities. Help me.
It's like she was spreading stuff about you to get off anyone talking about her own issues.
Exactly. It's like, let me put the money issues on Anila so I can be a tier up and let her have those issues, not me. I'm gonna move up and I'm gonna let her have that. I'm gonna let her be the stupid idiot one and the one with the money issues, and I'm gonna move up in the tier.
Because you know that's her issue. Her issue amongst the girls is that she feels like they are up here and she's down here. You know what I'm saying? And I think she was trying to like create a clique around that theory, and it just did not really work out.
It didn't work. It didn't, because I was not going to take that. Like it's just stupid for you to put that kind of issue on me, because we don't have those kind of problems. We pay our bills, you know.
So, Anila, let's say you go into another season. Are you open to making up with Claire? What does it look like you and her being on the same cast for another season?
Right.
I mean, you know, I just don't understand her. You know what I mean? It's like you're. I feel like the friendship is just fake now at this point. Like I feel like you made up, but then you really didn't, because you started it back again. When you didn't need to. You could have just kept your mouth shut and maybe things would have been different.
Right.
But now I'm just like, you are really just not a friend. Like I don't, you know, right now it really irritates me. It really bothers me. Everything that she's done and said and how she's just starting it all back. I don't work like that. I'm a loyal friend. I'm a good friend. And until like, I wear my heart on my sleeve until you cross the line. And then it's like issues.
Right.
Well, I know that's all right. So I feel like you and Quad got close this season. Do y'all still hang out outside of the show? Because even though she isn't a main housewife, I hope she'll be back better next season. Do y'all still hang out outside of the show?
Yeah, we saw each other on Friday. We hung out. And then even that week, we had lunch on Tuesday. So we saw each other twice in 1 week. I talked to her today on the phone briefly. So we're very much in touch. And, you know, she's the same as me. You know, until you cross the line, I'm going to be your friend. You know, there's no reason to like, she's not going to call. I don't see her as the type that, at least right now, I don't see her as the type to like cross the line or say something to embarrass me or do something like that. Like, I just don't, I see her. It's interesting because even though I've known Toya longer, I see her more as a real loyal type of friend. You know, you get that, you know, you see what I'm saying? Like, she's just more of a,
yeah. I think
like, I got
is
your
very
back.
genuine. I think she's very genuine.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the kind of friendships I like, you know, don't just, you know, don't be in it for just yourself. And that's how I felt like she was doing me this season. Like, it's about me. You can carry it, you can come along, but I don't care about you. I care about myself only. Where I think Quad is different. She's going to have your back. She's going to be your friend, and she's going to take care of you. And vice versa. I'm going to take care of you. So.
So when I think about Toya and how Toya was going around talking, telling your business, talking behind your back. One thing about Heavenly, she gonna tell you to your face. She gonna tell your business to other people in your face. Okay. So are you concerned about that at all as you move into the friendship? Because we see how she kind of just blurted out some things about Quad, even though they've been able to maintain a friendship. And I know that's a sore spot with people, telling your business. So are you concerned about that at all as you move through this friendship with Heavenly?
It's Heavenly, I just get, like maybe I've had friendships like her, growing up, and she's just, she'll make fun of you in your face. And it's just, to me, I'm not a person, even with my husband, he'll pick on me all the time, and I'll pick back. Like, I think we just have that like fun friendship. And if she's going to say something to my face, I'll say something back. But I think we have an understanding that we can get over it. I'm not, unless it's like so deep and so mean, maybe that'll be different. But I think we have a fun friendship, we just get each other. So maybe things might happen, but I think we'll talk about it and we might move forward from it. Like that's the type of friend I am. Like, let's move past it. Let's move on.
Right.
So
okay,
we'll see what happens.
I think it's going to be an interesting season for sure. But I wanted to ask, what else do you have coming up?
So I am I'm partnering with Private Label, and I'm going to have like a hairline, like I'm going to have my own little hairline. So I'll be selling that raw Indian hair.
Okay. I like that.
Get the bag. Get the bag.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. That's going to be coming up. And of course, I'm blogging. My house is going to be fully furnished. But I'm starting a business, which is exciting because that's very new for me. I've always worked in the corporate world, or I've done my blogging, which is kind of my own business, but really doing something like this, like a franchise type of deal, it's going to be new. And it's going to be interesting learning about it. So, but I think that, I'm just really excited. I think I've always been fascinated with hair. People have always loved my different hairstyles that I've done and always asked me so many questions about hair, that being in that business, I think it's going to be amazing. So
I'm going to throw a little shade before we go and just say that I think it's funny how she got her businesses lined up already, and we just ended. We ain't even really done with her first season yet. And how many seasons has Toya been on here and has absolutely nothing to show for it? Never mind, I'm going to let it go.
Child, I think about that all the time, but I won't even go there. Childs.
Not 3 child.
Any more questions from Niecy and Jaylee?
No,
I think you answered everything. This is such a great interview. I think this is a great first season for you, because sometimes newbies come on and they do stay up under someone else, and I do feel like we got to know who you were as the season went on. So I cannot wait to see you for next season.
Right.
Thank you. I'm excited.
We'll see. One more question for you, Anila, before you go. In terms of Lisa Nicole, because obviously Toya hasn't been the only person coming at you on social media. Lisa Nicole has as well. If you have some final words for Lisa to dead this overall situation with her, what would you say?
I would say, Lisa, you need to worry about you being on the news and worry about getting your the people's results. I don't know if they went to your spam folder or where they went, but worry about that. Don't worry about my blogging business, because it's legit. Mm-hmm. And you worry about getting the results out, because they're still waiting on them.
And any final thoughts for Toya as we close out?
Pay your bills, girl. Worry about your bills, not mine.
Well, that's on that. Thank you so much, Anila, for joining us. Thank you
for having me. This was so fun.
Give them your IG information, where they can find you at IG or email or whatever you want to have them find you.
Oh yes, on Instagram it's Anila Sajja, Twitter Anila Sajja, Facebook Anila Sajja, everywhere it's Anila Sajja. So
come on, brand.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and we hope
Thank
that you have
you.
a wonderful, wonderful night. We're gonna hang.
We
back
hope to have
later
you back for
so
season 2.
Yes, that would be
Okay.
great.
You have an
Yes.
open
That would be
invite for
fun.
season 2.
Absolutely. We had a great time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, ladies. Any
That's
final
fun.
words for the people? I have some.
Okay.
On Thursday, guess who we're hanging out with?
Hey,
we're
my
going to be hanging out with Ashley from Put a Ring on It season 1. Okay, guys? I don't know if you guys can see it. I hope you guys can see it. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Yes, you guys can see it. Okay, so we'll be hanging out with Ashley. So you guys make sure that you come back. It's going to be on Jay Lee's Corner channel. I always mess that up, Jay Lee. I do apologize. Jay Lee's Corner.
You call me
channel.
Jay Lee's.
You want to say Jay Lee's channel, not Jay Lee Corner's channel.
So bad.
I would say Jay Lee's channel. Y'all know what it is.
It's
Okay.
But yeah, so y'all make sure y'all come and check us out over there. I believe there was a super chat. I was trying to just shout them out and say thank you. Ask if she was a fan of. Oh, sorry, I hate we didn't get a chance to ask that question, Erica. I'm so sorry about that. But she probably wasn't. Okay, she probably won. I don't know. We should have asked her.
Yes.
But that's that on that. Let me show you guys where y'all can find us and follow us, okay? At Ooh Ladies First Panel, okay? Now, keep in mind, we are giving you guys advice. So if you need advice on anything, be sure to email us at oohladiesfirstpanel@gmail.com, okay? You can follow Bondi everywhere at Bondi Blue, Jamie That's Me, everywhere at Jamie That's Me. Follow Jay Lee at Jay Lee's Corner on YouTube, but Jay Lee _Lee's_Corner on IG and Twitter, okay? And then, all right, you can follow Niecy everywhere at Niecy Dixon, okay? And whoever has Jay Lee's name on IG and Twitter, free Jay Lee's name, okay?
Please
That's what
do.
we need you to do.
I'm saying, y'all go
Okay.
report the page for us. If it's inactive, y'all go report the page, tell them that they stealing Jay Lee's identity. This is real Jay Lee.
It's somebody on Twitter. I need to just report their ass and get my whole name, and I can switch it to one whole name.
Also, before you send us your letters, can you like read them and like read them twice so you don't miss? So because like sometimes your mind reads the words that you thought you put there, but you really did not put those words there. So like do us a favor and like read through it twice. And if it's too long for you to read through twice, don't send us that shit.
We don't want no thesis papers. No thesis papers, no composition papers, nothing you need to get into college. No. Give us a quick little,
in the most compacted way possible. Give us the tea, but compacted.
Not a life story.
And act like your school system did not fail you. Thank you.
Because we see stuff.
Yeah, and try to get to the point, because that's what be the thing. People be feeling the need to explain the whole story so you can understand it sometimes.
Because grandma was sick and then granddaddy wasn't there.
We didn't need all of that.
What got to do with anything?
And then they went up the street to auntie house and had to drop the baby off, and then cousin had to go get
and I ended up pregnant. And I'm like, wait a fucking minute. We didn't miss
it. It's about your boss. It's like, it's about the boss.
I thought you needed help with work. Okay, so the family prevented you from getting to work. Is that what you're saying? Hilarious.
I laced the shit out of this situation.
I know people add all kind of shit.
We about to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight with the interview. We hope you guys really, really enjoyed it. Caring is sharing. Share it with a friend, family member, whatever. And be sure to like the video on your way out. We're going to catch you guys in the next one, honey. Peace.
Bye.